Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, I'm going to bring back Dimir Midrange again. So, I have not had the best of luck playing Dimir in the past few times, and supposedly Dimir is pretty high up there in the tier list. So I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm going to try it again. But this time, I'm going to do something crazy, and that is I'm going to play a deck that's basically full of 2-offs. Not all the cards, but there's a lot of 2-offs in the deck. And basically, I'm playing like kind of a split from the traditional, all 4-offs of the good cards. And I'm kind of slotting in a lot of the 2-offs that are decent cards. So let's look at all the cards in the deck list. In the early game, of course, we need removal. So we got 3 cut down, but I also put in 2-offs and Duress, just so that we can try to catch our opponent off guard and take out their kind of control-y spells if they're a controlled deck. If they're aggro deck, of course, the cut down should help a little bit more. And then in the 2-drop, we got 4 Faerie Mastermind, so we can mastermind them and try to draw cards if they're also trying to draw cards. We got 4 Make Disappear, we can counter their spells if we need to. 4 Go for the Throw to kill their creatures. Pretty standard kind of not mono black, but Dimir card. We also have 2 off in Sheoldred's Edict to kill a Planeswalker or a warded up creature. We have 2 Tenacious Underdog to get card draws to blitz our opponent's Liliana and things like that. We also then in the 3-drop have 2 Graveyard Trespasser and 2 Liliana of the Veil. Notice that I always talk about Graveyard Trespasser being good, I also talk about Liliana being good, but I'm not running 4 of it either because a lot of times they're not good in the situation that I draw them. So there's only 2 of in each of these. And also I have 2 Halo Forager so that I can forage back into the spells that I wanted to cast, and 2 Kaito Shizuki to get that continuous card advantage if I get to be aggressive. Then in the 4-drop category, I have 3 Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Not 2 ups here, but Sheoldred is definitely necessary against a lot of mono red. And we got 2 Urtai Resurrected to resurrect our opponent into death. It's kind of the idea. We can counter the spell, destroy their creature or planeswalker. They get to draw a card, but we also get to draw a card with our Faerie Mastermind if they do. And also we get to deal damage with Sheoldred if Sheoldred's on board. So that's why Urtai is really good in this Dimir combo. And the land base, I got really upset, so I put in 26 lands in the whole deck. We got 5 island, 1 Otawara, 5 swamp, 1 Takenuma, 4 shores, 4 shipwreck, 4 rivers, and then 2 Mirrex. Pretty standard Dimir color base, and I want to see if this deck can work with a bunch of 2-offs for a lot of situations. No board wipe in this deck, and that could be the downfall, and I do want to see whether or not I need to have board wipes in this deck as I play them, but this is what I have so far, and it's what I want to use as the deck list for today's trial. So, let's see who our opponent is. First, we have He Stands Not Alone, said Legolas, as he joins the Magic Arena Extended Universe Marvel's Cinematic. I don't know. I don't even know what the storyline in all of Magic is now, but we are playing against Shalatstross. Alright, look at this. Island. 1 cut down. I'm gonna keep. Hey, look, not an island. Sweet. Shipwreck Marsh? Or not, Shattered Sanctum? Hello. Hello to you too, sir. Their Orzhov. Are they gonna wedding announce us? No. Well, here's a fairy. We can kill it. Not sure if that was the best idea for them, but they can kill it. Orzhov deck that doesn't play anything. Rather peculiar. A Dimir deck with 26 lands that doesn't draw lands. Also peculiar, but not fun. They have 5 mana. We got no mana. We got no mana still. We can't even play Liliana because that's 2 black. So... oh, there's our 4th land. Just gonna try to kill him with Faerie Mastermind here. It's probably a Emperor somewhere. Sunfall, huh? You're gonna Sunfall my Faerie Mastermind? Nah. You're gonna draw a card. We get our land, we get our Mirrex land. So, do we play the Mirrex land and play Liliana? I think we do. Now you discard a card.
Nobody knows, Dominari. I'm tired of your secrets.
Alright. Slowly killing him with the Faerie Mastermind. Breach? How about you don't breach? Quit? How about you quit? Alright, well, you know, we didn't have lands for the longest time, but it's okay because Faerie Mastermind got us the game. I don't even know who that art is based on. It's definitely one of the Pro Tour players. But he's a pretty good player for helping us win that unwinnable game like that. Our opponent didn't play anything for first 4 turns. That is fair, too. But we have a lot to make disappear in our hand. And they were kind of just stuck dead. And we're just kind of trading turn passes or gold, land pass. Except we got a Faerie Mastermind to attack with. Flash creatures are really, really good. Oakley dokley. Our next opponent is the Bright Lights. We get to go first? We don't get to go first. But we got lands. We got sort of lands. I don't know. Shuffler is fine. See what they're playing. Alright, mirror match it is. Alright, now to mute him. Ha! Now I don't know what you're doing. Tenacious Underdog, huh? Sure? Sure? Misery Shadow. Yeah. Woke up Fairy. It's gonna get cut down. It didn't get cut down. Interesting. I'm gonna need a swamp, so talking to like this. What's in your hand? Oh, okay. Whiff! It's a lot of damage we're gonna be taking. And I don't like it. Do we block the Misery Shadow? If we block the Misery Shadow, he's gonna pump. We can't kill it if it pumps. Can we kill it if he pumps? We can go for the throw if he pumps once. Then he can play the Graveyard Trespasser and eat our Shadow, or eat our Mastermind. And then we can, next turn, cut down the Underdog and Edict the Trespasser. Then he's going to play Sheoldred, and then we will die. Sounds fun. Alright, ate his own creature there. Let's add a black. Cut this down. And then you sacrifice a non-token creature. You can take his whole turn to play Sheoldred. He does take his whole turn to play Sheoldred. Do I take my whole turn to put Sheoldred back? No. Can't afford to do that. But what I can do is eat his Underdog. Sounds weird. Might as well play my other Underdog. My own Underdog. And am I going to use Faerie Mastermind to block? I might. If he Urtai one of my creatures. That's not going great. He's got 3 cards to my none. Alright, his Earth type can kill one of my creatures, right? I think that's the plan he has. So I want to do this. That will kill all of my creatures. But at least we remove a Sheoldred. Because I got nothing else to do. He plays Underdog. We draw an Earth-Tide. His Earth-Tide counters our Earth-Tide, and then we lose. We're at 12, so that's GG. Opponent got better draws. We got a Duress that missed. That was the turn that we lost. So our Duress was 1 card. That's card disadvantage. And it cost us 1 mana, which is mana disadvantage. And it was our whole turn, so it's tempo disadvantage. And everything kind of went against us that way. I hate playing mirrors for that exact reason. Because when you're playing mirror, everything is 100% luck. The person who draws the better cards in that matchup wins or loses. Now we're playing against Dohao. Dunhao. Is Hao done? We'll find out. Not great. Actually terrible, but I cannot give up a hand that has lands. Evolve Sleeper is annoying. Another Dimir deck? No. Stop giving us mirrors. Anyone who works at Wizard that works on Arena programming should definitely be fired, because this is actively stopping people from playing Magic. The fact that there's so many mirror matches is the worst thing. Like, nobody likes to play mirror. I remember back in StarCraft days, just playing mirror and StarCraft games was very annoying already. And you can imagine that that's 3 races, right? There's the 3 races in StarCraft, and if you're playing mirror on 3 races, it wasn't fun. Now that there's so many different deck techs out there, that we're still playing mirrors. What are you gonna do? Counter my go for the throw? I mean, you go counter my go for the throw? It doesn't. Alright, what are you gonna do? Counter my Graveyard Trespasser? There's that make disappear. Opponent goes first, they get the tempo, they counter all of our spells. We lose. Alright, we might have a chance now that they're mana screwed. Faerie Mastermind, huh? Let's stop that. Let's not have any of that. I already have less cards as it is. Want to play your Sheoldred? You want to play your Sheoldred. Alright, well, Kaito to get a creature. Make him sacrifice his creature.
No secret is safe. Bet you can't catch us.
I'm gonna hide in a corner here. Yes, his Kaito.
I could sneak right by, but I'm itching to fight.
At least we got our Kaito first. Gonna get his ninja too. Where's my cut downs? We got a lot of removal though. We did draw a lot of removal. That is not a removal, we're gonna have to attack. It's a little late on that. Should have cut it down before I attacked. Now I draw a card for free.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Right, now if you want to draw extra cards, it's going to hurt him. You can probably still do it, but it's going to hurt him. That nice draw. Yeah. I mean, they draw Go for the Throw, we draw Underground River. He gets a card for free, I don't get a card for free anymore. Evolve Sleeper. Kaito's going to die. Kaito is gonna die.
Now, what do we have here?
Oh, doesn't die this turn.
Now this is getting fun.
Free card draws. It's better than
Thanks.
a impulse
I'll be
draw.
taking that now.
Liliana. Sure. Ugly
Happy to
Liliana.
help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
You have no taste if that's the Liliana you choose to use. Score your own cards? Okay.
Don't overthink things.
I mean...
You're gonna need a good Undertaker.
I know something you don't know.
Oh boy. Should play my land. Honestly, thinking about it, if he plays the spell first, I can counter it. If he activates Liliana, I'm really just gonna...
You almost stopped me that time.
Oh, he gets to draw 2 cards though, so that might be a thing.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
I still think he's gonna activate Liliana on the plus and not the minus. This is a struggle. This whole deck is a struggle. Whenever I play Dimir is a struggle. Faerie Mastermind. Can we counter it? We can kind of counter it. Do we want to counter it? Kind of do, right? Stop the Mastermind. He draws too many cards because every time we draw, they draw. That's too much. He can also plus the Liliana, but he'll probably play out the card, especially if it's a land.
One of your friends has to leave.
Oh boy. Can we draw more lands, please?
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Alright, well... Do I care that much about the ninja? Or do I care more about the last card in his hand?
Enough with the mysteries. I've come for answers.
Let's take out the cards in his hand. Go for the throw.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Doesn't hit anything right now. He gets 2 cards a turn. But his Liliana's basically gonna go to the minus. Attacking Liliana.
Do not touch me again.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
He did it in reverse, which is kind of weird.
Drop it.
Come on! How many lands have we drawn?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Three blocks for our opponent, of course. We're gonna draw the back card here.
Now, what do we have?
Okay, I'm gonna bring back Graveyard Trespasser. He can make me sacrifice it. Sheoldred is nothing. Mastermind is nothing. Alright, I'm gonna leave this game. The whole game is just slanted. How many lands have we drawn where our opponent gets impactful cards like that? I hate Dimir. I hate playing Dimir. It's just mirror matches after mirror matches where our opponent gets better draws than ours. It's like playing chess, except your opponent has 3 queens and you got maybe an extra pawn. Actually, no. In our case, we're getting 1 less pawn. David SE8. I hate you, David. We're gonna go first. Finally, we draw a Forager with no instance. Still gonna keep. This is not a great hand. We'll probably draw more lands. Have to have 26 lands in a deck to make sure that we don't get mana screwed. Oh my god! Can you stop giving me mirror matches? And it's like, as soon as I change up the deck, I would stop saying Dimir. Alright, well, let's get our Graveyard Trespasser counter. I don't want the Liliana to be countered. No counter. Sheoldred's Edict, probably? Faerie Mastermind. That's curious. That's not that great of a card. Compared to Graveyard Trespasser. They probably have something, though. Of course.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things. Off you go.
So I don't want to play off curve here, so I'm going to play Sheoldred. Sheoldred's going to get removed. And then what?
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, sacrifices must be made.
I thought I already played out the Shipwreck Marsh, but I can't. Apparently it's still in my hand. So that's going next turn. Pretty even on land, but I still feel like it's worse because they have the tempo advantage on us. Sheoldred.
Don't overthink things.
Underdog. You just make me sack my Sheoldred. Yeah, they got the tempo advantage, and their Sheoldred will kill, so nothing we can do about that. Nice mirror match where our opponent has the tempo advantage. Even though we went first. We have 4 lands into a Halo Forager. The deck has, I don't know how many instants of sorceries. We drew none. But we'll draw a Forager when we don't draw any of the other cards. Opponent goes... it's probably another Dimir. Whatever. Well, what do you know? It's like there's only Dimirs. Oh, or only mono blocks now. Alright. I'm pretty sure they're Lana's island somewhere. What do they have for 2 black mana? Are they playing? They're not playing full control mode. Phyrexian Flesh Forgers. What do I do here? Just make him sacrifice it or play our Mastermind? Might as well. It's not really doing anything being held back here. He has no other play, so we're gonna make him sacrifice a creature. Okay. Do we play our Sheoldred? Just go into a go for the throw? Well, they can play their Sheoldred. Fine. I don't think we drew anything other than lands this whole game. Is it 33 Death Touch now? 33 Death Touch. Okay. That means we cannot touch it. They get their Sheoldred. Make us sack our Sheoldred. We take the damage. And we Takenuma. You see how all those cards that we needed was not drawn, but milled? And the cards that we don't want to mill, or the cards we don't want to draw, the lands, just keep going into our hand. That thing's menace, so we can't block it anyways. What do we draw? We draw another land. Yeah, that's some damage you're dealing. Can't block menace. Don't want to block Death Touch. Evolve Sleeper. Draw another land. What are you gonna do? Block me? Cut it down. Alright, I need 3 lands and the Mirrex to activate Mirrex. That means that the Underground River will do the thing. So I do the make disappear thing. If he has a spell, which I don't know if he does. I'm gonna take 7s, I'll go down to 4. Maybe he'll corrupt me? That would make sense. Does he have 4? He doesn't have 4. Okay. Tenacious underdog. Alright. We can play our scrappy game. Do I have a go for the throw in the graveyard? I do have a go for the throw in the graveyard. Okay, this might actually work. So, we're at Halo Forager, pay 2, go for the throw, we'll kill the Sheoldred, and then the Forager can block the Evolved Sleeper. Right, I got go for the throw and Sheoldred's Edict. That's the only two things I have. So, pay 2. I was wondering where my go for the throw is. It just went into our opponent's graveyard for some reason. If I attack, would he block and blitz? I think he would, right? He's at 13. I need a blocker. Wow. Just let his Forager die? I mean, just let his Evolved Sleeper die? He could have grown it. I'm confused. Duress my Darkslick Shores. Alright. You've done a good Duress there. Put him on the clock. He can do to ruin my Mirrex. I will activate it in response. Now get an island just to scare him. Kaito would have been next. Would have been nice. How many lands did we draw? 1, 2, 3. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 12 out of 20 cards. Yeah, we drew 20 cards. 12 of those were lands. So that kind of tells us where the game was going. Now it's more than 20. If I attack here, would he block? Would he block the 1/1? Gains 3 life, goes 8, takes 4, it goes down to 2. If he draws a card with a blitz, he dies. So he'll probably block Sheoldred, right? I think. We drew 13 cards, 13 lands out of 21 cards. He does take. Interesting. Makes a vampire? No, it makes the vampire.
You would serve me well.
What if we killed that vampire? Alright, well, that was a game, I guess. This is a slog. Even when it's not a mirror match, we draw like what? I think we drew 13 lands out of 22 cards. It's more than double. More than half. And you can win games like that, but we did because I'm that good of a Magic player, right? I planned everything out just to win right at the end, even though everything in the universe was against that win, against that deck. Anyways, yeah. So let's talk about the Dimir deck, shall we? I don't really know much to say about it. It's a great deck, but with an awful feeling. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a great deck. It has all the proper synergies, all the proper win sort of scenarios kind of planned out, but it doesn't win because, you know, imagine that you're playing chess. You're the world champion chess player, but on board you see that only chess pieces you have are 17 pawns and 1 king, and your opponent has 17 queens and 1 king, and you're supposed to win that hand or that game. How would you do that? you don't. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now, and that's how playing Arena kind of feels really frustrating. Well, that's just one day. Maybe other days will be better, but this is something I gotta warn you against. Arena really does not like you playing decks that they don't incentivize, and the deck they incentivize is Mono Red Burn. So, for playing these decks, you really gotta think out your strategy. You really gotta plan around any kind of scenario, and even when you do all of those things, even when you are really thinking about all of your outs, you're only going to get about a 50% win rate, which is how, they want you to play Magic, I guess. So if you like that, go ahead and try out this deck. It is fun. The deck itself is fun, right? There's a lot of things you can do. You can counter, you can destroy, you can draw cards if your opponent's trying to draw cards, you can disrupt their hands. There are a lot of things you can do with this deck, and, at the end of the day, if you like playing this style of deck, I think in the long run, you will still enjoy the Dimir Midrange deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.